guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be doing a first impression slash foundation review of the Joe Blasco Cosmetics, oh my gosh, what is this even called? Ultrabase Creme Foundation. And this is recently becoming super popular because Kim Kardashian posted her kind of quarantine, stay at home makeup tutorial, her everyday makeup, and she showed herself applying her full face of makeup in her bathroom, and it was just a great makeup tutorial that took the world by storm. And she mostly used KKW beauty products, but since they don't have a foundation, she talked about the Joe Blasco foundation. And if you're like a super fan of Kim Kardashian, which apparently I am, she always talks about how when she was younger, her dad got her makeup lessons, and that's always kind of the Kardashian story of how they were so into the beauty world, was the dad got them makeup lessons, and the makeup lessons were at Joe Blasco, I believe. So she's been a fan of the brand for a long time, and when I kind of Googled into this, she talks about this foundation several times over the years. And the reason I actually initially bought this though was before she posted her video. I'm a huge mega fan of Morgan Stewart, and she posted her everyday makeup products on her Instagram stories because she has been doing her regular daily talk shows from home during this time and doing her own makeup, and she talks about this cream foundation. So I just knew it was a good full coverage but natural looking foundation for on camera, and then once I saw Kim talk about it, I was just sold. So this is a super long intro, but I'm gonna do a first impressions of this, so you'll see me applying it, and then I'm also gonna do a wear test throughout the day so you can see how it's going on my skin. Disclaimer, I do have oily skin. As you'll see in the next clip, I have a lot of breakouts and scarring to cover, so we'll really get to see if this is full coverage or not and how it wears on oily skin. So if you want to see me put Kim Kardashian's favorite foundation to the test, just keep watching. I'm just getting ready for the day, so my hair and everything isn't done yet, but I am going to start out with priming, and this is the Tatcha the Silk Canvas Primer. I'm going to use this because I've been using it every single day, and I feel like it really helps my skin not break out and feel too clogged by any foundations. And just because I've been using it every day, I want to keep that kind of consistent for testing this foundation. Usually when I test foundations, I try to like not prime so that I can really see how it works, but I'm just really emotionally attached to this primer at the moment, so I'm going to use it. Primer is pretty much pressed in, and just a quick note, I've already moisturized and applied SPF, so this is my skin ready to go. And I'm just gonna come a little closer so that you guys can see some of these large kind of scars and breakouts I have. This giant one on my chin is just so attractive. It's so painful, but it's the kind that's not coming to a head yet. So we'll see how it covers that. So we're gonna be reviewing this Joe Blasco Hollywood's Glamour Secret cream foundation. And what shade is this? I got this in the shade Natural Beige 1, which after I Googled a bunch of swatches seemed like it was going to be the closest to my complexion. And we'll see how it works. I did already do a little swatch of it yesterday. You can see there's a little finger mark in there because I wanted to see how close it would be. And it seems like it might be a little light, but it's really hard to tell because I already had makeup on when I tried to swatch it yesterday. So I have two tools here. I also ordered a new Sigma F80 flat top kabuki brush. This used to be my foundation brush of choice back in the day, but I've really just been a Beauty Blender loyalist for quite a while, and my old one of this was like super old and matted with foundation. I just couldn't get it clean, and I tossed it a few years back, and I just haven't had this brush. So I'm gonna go ahead and try it with both of these, I think, and just kind of see what happens. And I'm really excited to use this brush, so I'll try it with this first. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this brush and just dip it into the pan here, and I'm trying to kind of swirl it around. Honestly, I just don't have a lot of experience with cream foundations. I tend to be a liquid foundation kind of girl, but I've got some on there. It's definitely a little light, but I think it's okay. It definitely is blending in and looking pretty skin-like. I'm taking some more, and I'm going to try on the chin here where I have these big breakouts. The coverage is definitely pretty good, and it still looks really skin-like, I think. Okay, I might just try to do the whole face with this foundation brush, because when I watched Kim Kardashian's makeup tutorial, she used a kabuki brush to apply it all over, and you know, just trying to emulate our queen here. I feel like the nose is always the trickiest, especially with like a flat top kabuki. It just doesn't like contour to the shape of the nose, but the coverage on this is really good. I've applied a thin layer kind of all over and blended it in, and I'll kind of come close again so you guys can compare to what my skin looked like at the beginning of the video. I think the coverage is really great. So far I'm really impressed. Honestly, what I'm always after is a full coverage foundation that looks skin-like, and I think this definitely does, you know? But I'm gonna try just to build up a little bit more coverage around this chin area, because obviously I have like just a lot going on there. So I'm gonna just try another little layer in that spot. Honestly, I probably would just go in with concealer over particular blemishes, but I want to kind of see how this builds since we're testing it. Okay, honestly, that seems really nice, and like I got pretty full coverage. I'm actually pretty happy with how everything is covered. I think I would probably only put concealer on that giant zit right there, just because, I mean, yesterday I wore makeup and that it like immediately like poked through, so it just needs a little extra help. But everything else, I'm pretty happy with the coverage. I wouldn't want to cake on too much more because I've been preferring more of like a skin-like finish, and I feel like I could just like buff this in all day. But anyway, here's the first layer of the foundation. Hopefully you guys can get a good look at the finish of it and the coverage. I really like it. I'm going to go ahead and apply concealer and finish off the rest of my face, and then I'll show you guys the finished look. And just to let you know, I think I'm going to set with a MAC powder, but I'll let you know what I decide on when the whole look is done. So I did just finish the rest of my makeup. I went for a really light look today. I did end up setting with the MAC Mineralize Skinfinish in the shade Light Plus. This is like my holy grail powder, and typically when I am testing a foundation, I always set with this because I just really love this powder and love how it usually sets my foundation. So this is the finished look. I just went for just bronzers on the cheek, really light eye look, just really light overall because I just really was more interested in seeing how this foundation wore throughout the day. Looking at myself in the viewfinder, I definitely feel like I look dewy and more natural on the skin, which is a little concerning because I do have oily skin. So I'm hoping that this doesn't deteriorate and look too greasy later on in the day. Right now, I think it just has like the perfect, nice, natural finish, especially setting it with a mineral powder also kind of gives a little bit of that glow. So I probably could have set with a more mattifying powder and had it look a lot more matte, but right now I think it looks really natural, which is what I was after for today. So this is the finished makeup look so far. I'm going to check in with you guys in a little bit just to kind of continue on the wear test, and we'll see how this goes throughout the day. Hello, it's been about 7 hours since I applied the foundation this morning, and I've pretty much worked a full day and everything, and I wanted to show you guys the after of how it wore. So as you can see, especially through here, my T-zone, I'm definitely really oily, but like I mentioned, I do just have oily skin, so unless it's a really mattifying foundation, I'm definitely going to get greasy throughout the day. And this definitely did get greasy, but I'll come in a little closer just so you can see there's no separation, like typically around the nose here or maybe in the smile lines. Like there's definitely just like a little bit of separation there in the smile lines, but none on this side because this one's not as bad as this side. But totally looks nice and skin-like still, I would say. I think it wore super naturally. I'm in person in this weird like afternoon or like late evening lighting. For some reason I'm looking really orange. That's just the lighting. In person it looks less like shiny orangey, but I think it really looks skin-like. I'm really a big fan of this foundation. I also love that it was just so quick and easy to apply with my like little brush. It's like a lot less involved as like preparing a beauty blender and putting the liquid foundation on there and doing the whole thing. So I think this is a really great on-the-go foundation, but it's also just like really full coverage. I think I definitely need to test it more. I'm definitely going to use it with a more mattifying powder and without the primer. I think that primer also pulls a little greasy on me, but overall I'm just really happy with how skin-like it looks while still maintaining the coverage. And on my chin here, I had added some additional concealer to cover my breakouts, and then earlier today I went to hug my dog, and of course he like headbutted me right in the chin, so I did lose some foundation there. So if it looks like there's less coverage, that's why. I'm just gonna quickly blot with my beauty blender because I am looking really greasier than I would like. I'm just quickly blotting it I'm looking in the mirror over here. I'm just really happy with it. Like, it just is really skin-like and natural. For like a full coverage mattifying look, this isn't it, but if you just want a full coverage, more skin-like look that's super natural, I think this is beautiful. So I hope you guys like this wear test. 7 hours is pretty good. I'm not planning to like wear makeup for longer than that these days. Oh, and another side note, I tried a different under eye concealer situation and clearly that was a fail, so just ignore that. But overall, I really like this foundation actually, and I'm really happy that I bought it. And for the price point, I think it was only like $26 for this size. I'm not sure how long it will last. I feel like foundation, I always feel like it's gonna like not last as long as it does. So I have a feeling that this is gonna last me quite a while. But we'll see. So I'm going to keep testing this out. And that is it for this review of the Joe Blasco foundation. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if there's any products you want to see me review in the comments down below. And please do like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out, and I super appreciate all you guys that leave such nice comments on my videos. But please do subscribe so that you don't miss my next one, and I'll see you soon.